Hey YouTube, coming at you with the Jungle Cup team, Stunfisk, Scizor, and Moltres. And basically, I use Stunfisk. Well, no, I use Scizor on the lead because, it's only got one weakness in fire. If it's not a fire, there's a couple things that cause it problems, like Bullet Punch being resisted by electric and water, but you can stand pretty much with most things. And then Stunfisk and Moltres more or less cover each other's weakness. They are both double weak to ice, so that is an issue in the back, but like, otherwise, you got like Stunfisk that's gonna have problems with like grass, and Moltres can deal with that. And Moltres gonna have problem with like Dedenne, and you can deal with that with Stunfisk. So, um, and both can like take some charge moves too, which Scizor needs shields for. So, probably see me over shield on the front and then try to align in the back here. So, Scizor against Scrafty. So going to the Trailblaze because it is neutral, plus it boosts your attack guaranteed. Um, Let's see if this grabs a shield. It does grab a shield. I feel like with the Trailblaze, I can just shield and get to a Night Slash to take this out, potentially. Because the Bullet Punches are really going to add up now, and that just will put it in Night Slash range. So, getting to the move, see if they decide to let it go or not. They do not let it go, and we both go down. Night Slash is not enough. It is, I guess, double resisted on the Dark and Fighting, so I guess if it was single resisted, probably takes out double, not so much. Lucky for me, the wild into the sort of blind aligns my Stunfisk with the Gyarados, so double super effective Thunder Shocks. Aqua Tail is super effective, so I will shield up. Double water in the back here, so a little tough for Stunfisk as I am weak to water. I am staying into Chip. I probably should have swapped sooner because the water's super effective on Stunfisk. I think I may be trying to catch here. Yeah, I do try and catch, and I do successfully catch a water gun or surf. No, surf. Yeah. But with a water gun Lanturn, you're not too bad because you don't need to take super effective moves. I know, but like you don't have any charge moves, so maybe I should have stayed in. I don't know. Either way, grab one shield from Gyarados, and the only problem with Gyarados is it is a non-stab Dragon Breath going against a stab Sucker Punch. So the stab Sucker Punch just out damaging my opponent there. Fortress, kind of a tough one. But it's not tough. It's just a weird one. Bullet Punch is resisted. Bug Bite is resisted. They will get to a charge move here. I can shield and take switch, and I can also like outpace here if they go Rock Tomb because I can get to 2 Night Slashes before they get to their third Rock Tomb. So they decide to just let it go, kind of knowing that I was going to get to a move first. Coming Fret, I'm only going to get one move off. I think Trailblaze is slightly more damage. I'm not actually positive on that, but I think it's a little more damage. So going for Trailblaze, do take them pretty to the halfway mark, coming in with Moltres where the Sucker Punches are resisted. They're going to have 2 moves. They do make a catch on Stunfisk, so nice catch. You know what? We'll take this chip. Coming with my own Stunfisk. Basically going to, I think, sacrifice this Stunfisk. You can take a couple Mud Bombs here. Thundershock is like triple resisted, so those fast moves are doing absolutely nothing. Mud Bombs are super effective, but it is a Stunfisk, so it's not that attack heavy. And it does like a third to 40% sort of thing. But I've already chipped them with the Fly, so they are basically in Mud Bomb range while I am not in Mud Bomb range. So kind of good situation for me. I could maybe a catch is coming, maybe a snipe is coming. And there is the catch on Ferret. So nice catch. Thundershock again is resisted, so they cannot just take me out with Thundershocks. Discharge is a hard hitting move. No, it's not a hard hitting move, but it's super effective. I think I can live one. Getting to the Fly to grab a shield here because I maybe can outpace them to the Mud Bomb. I forget how much energy I have. They do get to the discharge. Yeah, I'm already 60%, so I assume this takes out from this range. No, it doesn't even take out from this range, and now I can maybe Sucker Punch down. Yeah, stab Sucker Punch. Stab Sucker Punch is just so good on Galarian Moltres. So great lead against Cradily. They get out into Fortress. Again, kind of a weird one. It's a Bug Bite user, so I can stay in this. They have a Cradily. So yeah, I, it's kind of a weird one. I want to make sure I can align Scizor on the Cradily again because that's the best matchup I have. Stunfisk is kind of useless. You know, I think I maybe waited too long because now they had an energy and they do have an Earthquake. Most run with Sand Tomb, Rock Tomb. So I was hoping that maybe they would run with that and not have an Earthquake, but they did the land Earthquake, did not quite take me out, and they come back in with their Cradily, and now because I was locked because I took so long that switch timer, they're pretty much close to 2 moves here. So I'm just getting off this Night Slash because I think they're close to a second move here. So the delay coming in is really costing me here. They do shield once. I may just let this go and come Sucker Punch. Yeah. I don't think there's a point of staying in when I'm 2 times lowered. Hoping that I could take them out here first. And it is an Altaria. My switch timer is up. I think what I was hoping was that they would let this go and I could just instant swap. But they end up shielding. So I stay in a bit, knowing I can outpace. It's one of those things where I did not want them to get their first charge move off, because then they could have like made that decision to not burn that shield, although that would not be. But like I don't want to give them the opportunity to like get a move off and then make the decision. I'd rather them make the decision up front. So then I take it out with Brave Bird, snipe with the Mud Bomb here. This is enough to take out what's left of the Cradily. What's left here? Fortress, which has 1 HP, so 1 Sucker Punch. We'll take that out. Guzzlord. You know, for a dragon that has a dragon type fast move, you think this would be a good matchup. Well, I have no charge move, so I guess it's not an amazing matchup. But because you have no charge moves, they will get to 2 brutal swings and take you out. Now grab 1 shield. I know I can live 1 brutal swing, but it's like just live. And they have a second. I assume I just well, do I let this go? My only thought is, if I let this go, what do I come in with? A Sucker Punch that's resisted or a Thunder Shock that's resisted? So it just felt like maybe it's worth shielding. And they do double shield, which is kind of interesting. Maybe playing with Pokemon in the back which are very lineup dependent, like cover shows weaknesses that they want alignment. And it is a Lanturn, and again, I should have waited. I'm so used to, again, I've played for so long, I'm so used to the Spark Lanturn, but it was a Water Gun Lanturn in this meta, and with it now doing super effective on the Stunfisk as opposed to doing not resisted, but neutral on the Moltres. They do come in with Scizor. Seems like a sacrifice here because Bullet Punch is resisted. Still get a Trailblaze off. That's enough to take out. I'll have to commit to the farm down here. Not that I have a choice. I'm not even going to get to a move. I have 1 shield. Brave Bird should take out, but I know I have a shield, so I know I could just farm up a ton because they're not going to get to 2 Surfs here. Water Gun is a harder hitting move, but it's slower charge. So I can farm up Sucker Punches a bunch and throw the Brave Bird right towards the ending there. Mirror match is always who's going to win CMP or who's going to get the double boost. Both of those at play here. So I do not win CMP. So 0 for 1 here. And let's see if I get the boost. I remember having a couple of these matchups where I did get the boost. Let's see if this is one of them. It is one of them. So with this, you can now just, if I'm going to lose CMP anyways, just go for the extra fast move. And I did, shielding up and taking it out. So I will have a switch and a double boosted Night Slash coming through here. They do let it go, and I get to a second one. Oh, that's huge. Because now this is going to force that second shield or basically take it out. Not quite take it out, but pretty close. Unfortunately, in the back is a Cradily, which is kind of tough. Grass, super effective on the Stunfisk. Rock, super effective on the Moltres. I tried to make a catch here. There's no, like, they were at a bunch of energy, so there was no, like, right time to catch. You could have gone up 1, could have gone whenever. I tried to go at 3. They do hold back, and with it, get a Grass Knot off. And because Thundershock is resisted, they basically farm up a bunch here. So they will have pretty much 2 moves coming out here. So it's kind of heads up play by my opponent to not throw the charge move into Stunfisk, and then another one to overfarm there. So you're coming out with a Rock Tomb for the Moltres. Altaria. Again, an okayish lead. Interesting. They gave it up into Golisopod. Eventually, very slow on these switches here. I think it's a product of switching my team every like 10 games. That like I'll have a Great League team coming on next week sometime. Hopefully when I hit Legend with the team. That I know the matchups in and out. Because I've played with it like, I don't know, maybe like 25, 30 sets already. Whereas this team is probably like game 7 or 8 with this team. So I'm much slower on the swaps here. And they eventually come back with Altaria here. I have a shield advantage. I have some energy. Golisopod does have some decent amount of energy though. Getting to next Night Slash. Probably not enough to take out. Altaria is just too bulky here. Am I going to try and catch? Am I just going to shield? Am I going to sacrifice? I am going to shield. It is just a sky attack. Bullet punch down. Close to a Night Slash. Golisopod should have energy. Yeah, so I'm throwing blind. Because I just need to kind of chip this no matter what. Or grab a shield. Or take it out. Well, okay. And Scizor in the back. So I instant swap. They have no charge moves. Does that matter? I don't think so. I think I may shield this. And commit to the fast move down. Yeah. Trailblaze would still chip, and this is basically just in fast move range, right? So I didn't really want to take that chip, and then they boosted their attack, and then I need 2 moves, but I wouldn't get to 2 moves on because I have no energy here. So I think I just commit to the shield, commit to the farm down, fast move damage, basically my only shot. Stunfisk is a tough lead. Bullet Punch is resisted. You do have Trailblaze, but outpaced with these Mud Bombs, 5-4. At best, I have a mirror match, and then I have a flyer. So, Stunfisk, kind of a tough one for this team. I'm honestly hoping they let go. Shielding's kind of the worst case scenario, because now I may even need to commit a shield here just to get just to get maybe a Trailblaze off, because I think I'm like 1 away from a Trailblaze. I am 1 away from a Trailblaze, and they make a nice catch on a Fortress there, knowing that I was 1 away. I assume I just stay in and go down here. Yeah, I don't think there's a point of like getting yourself switch locked for no reason. Galarian Moltres coming in. They're gonna get to a Rock Tomb, and I do actually get to a Sky Attack first. Or Fly first. That's nice. Bug Bite is neutral because I am half dark, which takes super effective on Bug. Rock Tomb comes through. Kind of both instant swap, which is huge, and instant swap into a Talonflame Stunfisk matchup. So with the timing here, gonna take this out. No, you're kidding me. Goddamn Stunfisk. I know you're you hit super weak, but you can't even take out a Shadow Talonflame with a discharge. Crazy. So they do land a flame charge on me. I do have a Mud Bomb. I'm throwing basically, I don't know how much health these other Pokemon have, or energy I should say. So unfortunately, they get to a move here, and now they're going to be close to a second discharge here too. And I don't have enough energy. I'm screwed. Yeah, maybe I should have watched what came in. I think those can be way better played if you actually counted. Like if I knew how much energy each of these Pokemon had, I could definitely figure out, okay, I got to be aware. I want to throw quick on the Stunfisk, but the Fortress, maybe I had more time to throw there. So I don't throw blindly into that and I overfarm, and then I have some energy coming out for that Stunfisk matchup. And then I maybe win that matchup. But when I don't count and I don't keep charge of it, have an idea of how much my opponent has, especially when they get out of matchups. I'm never focused on how much energy my opponent's leaving with. Really just kind of limits your ability to be good. So that's kind of you know, it's a flaw in my game, and it's one that can't teach an old dog new tricks type thing. I'm not going to adjust the way I play at this point. So Altaria, Stunfisk, they give up switch crazy. What are they doing? So they gave up switch, maybe trying to catch a discharge, but coming in with a Lit Leo, a fire Pokemon into a ground Pokemon. Definitely a decision here. Just a sacrifice? Nope, they are shielding too. And now they get taken out here. Oh boy. Yeah, Stunfist, I don't love using it. I understand its strength, and its spam is one of them. And these Mud Bombs are decent chip. So they throw resisted Sky Attack. I have a shield. I have a Glaring Moltres. I can live a Sky Attack from this range too, so I could just let it go. But when you got a shield, might as well use it. And I will take out what's left of this Altaria. Okay, Lanturn. I'm guessing Water Gun. Pretty much, I don't think I've seen one Spark Lanturn, and that is exactly why I'm coming in with Galarian Moltres, being like it's not a Spark Lanturn. I am met with a Togekiss though, so you know, this is okay. I'm going Flight here because they're almost guaranteed to shield. The thing about this is it's not a Charmer, it's a Peck user, and it doesn't have a Charm fast move. It's got like or a Sphere. So this is not a terrible matchup. I just grabbed 2 shields from this Togekiss. I will have to shield up 1 here for sure. How much energy do they have? And here comes the second one. They double shield, I'll double shield, but I'll come out with energy. So if that Stunfisk, if that Lanturn comes back in, which it comes in immediately, I will have a super effective Trailblaze for. I'm gonna instant swap, hoping to get to the Mud Bomb before they get to a Surf. Yeah, they are gonna get to a Surf, which is okay. At this point, I was gonna say overfarm bits, but not too much. It's one of those weird ones. You do want to come out with energy, but you're also taking super effective from a Water Gun, so you don't want to overfarm too much. And unfortunately, it's a Guzzlord in the back. And why I'm awing is that I am low enough that they can just commit. Thundershock's resisted. They can just commit to the farm down. And if there's one thing Scizor doesn't want to see, it's a Pokemon with loaded charge moves, because I'll just have no shot. So I'm assuming one Brutal Swing takes me out. If it doesn't, I'll have like 1 HP left, and they're close to 2 anyways. There's the 1 HP, and they are at 2 anyways. Yeah, can see that coming from a mile away. And I will be taken out there. So Dunsparce lead. Eventually they come in with a Gastrodon. It is just Water Pulse. Do let it go. Gonna have to throw before they get to a Body Slam, because I'm basically pretty much almost in Body Slam range. And I don't want to have to shield unnecessarily, so I do take it out. Dunsparce comes in. Going Fly again. I think it's because if I go Brave Bird, it's a guaranteed rollout down, but maybe I can get to a second move if because rollout's been nerfed, right? And it's a non-stab, and that's exactly what happens. Non-stab, rollout's been nerfed in the past a little bit here. Able to get to a second Fly and just put on pressure for that shield. You know, they may get 2 right back here on Stunfisk, but jeez, why do I keep saying Stunfisk? On Scizor. But even if they do, I could live 1. I could let this go. I'll have energy coming out, and it is a Corviknight. This is just wasted energy. I don't know what I'm doing here. Wasted energy. There's no reason to throw this move. You have Stunfisk in the back that has Thunder Shock and Discharge. 2 would easily take out, and it's still going to take 2. So really just a waste of Night Slash here. They do just go straight payback. Makes sense, given that Air Cutter is resisted. So gonna get to the second move here. Just want to get this out of here. And I still have a shield. So I'm actually surprised they top left, but I do have a shield, and between that and the scissor, should be able to take it out. Yeah. So I'm still hovering. I've for how many in a row? 13 games in a row. I have not moved beyond 30 elo. I have 3-2'd or 2-3'd 13 straight sets. And sometimes just like back and forth. I think the longest like losing streak I had was like of 2-3s was maybe 2 or 3. It's truly just been 3-2, 2-3, 3-2, like just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for 2.5 days here, which is okay. I said as long as I kind of hang around 2800 in Jungle Cup, that's what I want, to set myself up for Great League on Tuesday. So we'll turn over to Great League tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. And we'll go from there. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.